Hi, my name is Susanna West. This is my persuasive speech for Communications 101, Section B8. You may have seen cats like this in your neighborhood. They're thin, scared-looking animals who run away as soon as you approach them. These are feral cats who are descendants of pet cats who were lost or abandoned, and now they've become wild. My daughter actually took a picture of this cat, this feral cat, in Israel. And in Israel, every city has hundreds of feral cats living there. You may feel sorry for these cats and put food out for them, but are you really helping them? We have a cat that was originally feral. When Ocelot first came around, he was very shy and wary of us, and he would not approach us even though we put food out for him. And as we were getting to know him, we read about feral cats. One of the books that we read was Maverick Cats, Feral Cats I've Known by Elaine Berkeley. And another book that we read was Living in the Shadows, Helping Your Stray Cat in Your Life by Alice Fisher. And as I read these books, I learned about feral cats. Feral cats often live in colonies, and they are often big problems in cities. They are a wild animal like rats and raccoons, and many people see them as pests. And the only way to really control them is to spay or neuter them, because a female cat can have 2 or 3 litters of kittens a year, and the population will really increase. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about feral cats and let you know why it is important to spay and neuter them. Feral cats live really precarious lives. They usually live in a place where there is a food source, like near an apartment complex or a restaurant where they can get food out of dumpsters. They're often injured, foraging for food, fighting with other cats. They can get many cat diseases: feline distemper, feline leukemia virus, cat flu, feline immunodeficiency virus, which kills them off. Also, they're often hit by cars. I learned that often a female cat can have kittens when she's only 5 months old, and a male cat can father kittens at the same age. And as I said, the female cats can have 2 to 3 litters of kittens a year, so you can see that in a few years' time, one cat can become the mother and the grandmother and the great-grandmother and the great-great-grandmother of hundreds of cats. And these cats, if they survive, and many kittens die in kittenhood from diseases or they starve to death, but if they survive, they will increase the population in the feral cat colony. And I read a book that was actually the proceedings of a conference that was held for people who worked at animal shelters that told me a lot about feral cats. The title of this book was Cats and Dogs: Causes, Effects, and Prevention. Many people see cats as a nuisance. Feral cats will poop in your yard. Feral cats yowl when they're mating. They get into garbage. So oftentimes people want animal control to take care of these cats. Often animal control will have to euthanize these cats because the cats are so wild that they are not adoptable, even though most animal shelters do allow people to adopt cats and kittens. These cats are so wild that they can't be adopted. So the way that we can help feral cats is by trapping them in humane traps and taking them to a spay-neuter clinic to be neutered or spayed, and then releasing them back into their environment. And this will eventually reduce the population of the feral cat colony, and also because the cats, when they're neutered or spayed, are vaccinated against diseases, they will be healthier. And for a cat, the best situation is to be adopted by a person and be taken into a family and cared for. So if these feral cats get more human contact, they may become adoptable. And you may, I visited the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals websites, and it tells about adopting feral cats, and this is the best situation for feral cats. So I've told you today a little bit about feral cats and why it's important to spay or neuter them, and I hope that you are able to tell your friends how important this is as well. And just in case you think that we don't practice what we preach, we did have Ocelot neutered, and since he's been neutered, he's become a much more laid-back, stay-at-home cat, and he's still living with us 15 years later after we first met him. Thank you very much.